Cool. All right. Hopefully my internet connection isn't terrible. I don't think it is. Check here. Boom, it's on the air. Terrible. I don't think it is. Oh yeah, we look good. We're good. All right, let me mute this. When you guys get here, just say hello. All right, what's going on, guys? On Instagram, we're doing a YouTube live. We're going to talk about pricing tonight. Pricing for digital marketing agencies or social media marketing agencies. Samuel, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Doing a live event on pricing tonight. I know you guys are going to want this stuff. Yeah, they're jumping in. Everybody's jumping in for pricing. What's going on? Entrepreneur Vlogger, hello from California. What's up, man? LaCava, good to see you back again. I'm still goating it. Gil from Chicago, what's up, Gil? Jason, what's going on, man? Good to see you here again. I'm gonna get started in just a second. Got a really cool document for you guys. And I will make sure to attach it to this link so you guys have it afterwards. And also I'm going to post it to my website as a blog so you guys will be able to check it out there. What's going on, guys, on Instagram? Everybody who's in, say what's up so I can say hello, give a shout out to you like I do on my YouTube, guys. Prince Ali, what's up? How you doing, man? Good to see you, man. We're going to talk about pricing tonight, guys, in case you missed it. And before we start, just before we get into the pricing guide for your digital marketing or social media marketing agency, in case you guys haven't seen it, we are offering a opportunity for someone to win free access to my digital marketing school course. So if you guys are interested in that, just head on over to my Facebook page. It's facebook.com/serial entrepreneur. And you can head over there. It's the very first post at the top of the page. Just follow the instructions in the text at the top of the post, and you can get entered for that free digital marketing course if you guys are looking for something like that. Also, just one more quick announcement. I don't know if you guys are aware, but we do have the mentorship program open now. And that's only $20 a month. So if you're looking for a direct way to reach out to me and talk to me, you can join that mentorship program. Again, it's $20 a month. And it's very small right now because I'm not doing a ton of advertising for it. I'm trying to grow it slowly because I can't take on too much at once, you know? So I'm growing that slowly. And so basically the point I'm trying to make is if you get in now, you're getting direct attention basically from me because of the fact that it is small. So if you need mentorship, go ahead and join that group. That'll be cool for you guys as well. But we're going to go ahead and start on this pricing guide now. Instagram guys, I'm sorry. Main Effect, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Sorry, I can't, they don't have a way for you to share documents on Instagram Live yet. Hopefully they're working on something to where we can do something like that. Otherwise I'd have to hold my phone, but you're more than welcome to listen. Or if you want to hop on over to YouTube Live or my YouTube channel, you can watch the live video there. And that way you guys can see the documents. Oh, there's someone signing up for the free mentorship or for the free course. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get started. On this document. I'm going to pull up the screen share really quick. You guys hold on. And again, if you guys want to watch it, it is on YouTube Live right now. That way you can see the screen share of the document that I'm going to show where we talk about pricing for your agency. So I'm hopping on over there. Inception. Oh my God, double Inception. It's too much of me. All right, let's get into the document. I think that was 2 more people signing up. It keeps popping off. This is what happens every time I do a live now. Note for you guys, webinars and live videos are a great way for you to advertise for your local businesses, especially local. Local does really well, especially if they have a strong foothold in their local market. It does really, really well because people will engage with it. But we're going to go ahead and talk about this pricing guide. You guys feel free to put questions. I'll check back occasionally and make sure you guys aren't lost or anything like that. But we're going to go ahead and get started in this pricing guide. Cool. So we're all good there. All right. So pricing for your marketing agency. You guys just note really quickly. this is just a guide. Okay. So I've always said, and I still believe this to this day, you know, some people preach having a set package where you do $1,000 or $2,500, $5,000 a month. And yes, that's a good guide, but again, it's a guide. Okay. You don't want to actually stick to that guide and basically do templated packages. So like $2,500 gets you Instagram and this, and $1,000 gets you Instagram and Facebook and this. You know, it only gets you so much at each level. You shouldn't do it like that. You should really customize each individual service that you're going to offer and offer a customized price that fits their budget. So that way you can actually do the best campaign possible with the allotted budget they have. All right. So this is just a guide. Just keep that in mind. And again, you guys on Instagram, if you're just hopping in, just make sure you go over to YouTube. You can check it out there. And the guide or the walk along will be over on YouTube. That way you can actually visit the screen share. Unfortunately, Instagram doesn't allow you to do, you know, screencasts yet. But anyways, I recommend okay, let me read through this little part really quick. In digital marketing, pricing will usually be customized to fit the amount of work performed and the customer's budget. Those are the two main things you keep in mind, okay? Just because a package listed below has a specific dollar amount and some examples of services to include, that doesn't mean that the marketing campaign you present must always adhere to those specific set of services and costs, okay? Basically saying that if I do, again, for this $1,000 package, if I just do Facebook and Instagram for $1,000, and then the $2,500 package is Facebook, Instagram, and email automation, that doesn't mean that if I go to another customer, I have to do Facebook and Instagram for $1,000 and Facebook, Instagram, and email for the next customer, because different businesses use digital marketing in different ways. So you won't want to do the same types of templated packages. For example, a lawyer or an attorney, any type of service-based industry where it's like plumbing, lawyers, contractors, whatever, they do really well in pay-per-click ads on Google. So Google ads. So you wouldn't necessarily, and if they only have $1,000, but you know that pay-per-click ads will be the best performing campaign to get them really launched off and get them some quick return on investment, so that way you keep them for longer, then you might want to start with just pay-per-click for that $1,000 that they have. So, you know, you really want to take into consideration what's going to work the best for each client that you're working with, right, guys? All right, so let's go into, so basically I recommend starting with these 3 base price ranges, okay? Again, this has nothing to do with what services you're going to actually include. So $1,000 a month or $999, however you want to price it. You know, the pricing psychology says throw off $1 and it makes them think they're getting a better deal. I just stick to a straight 1,000 because it's easy to keep track of, easy to bill. You know, so basically 1,000, $2,500 and $5,000 are the 3 main price ranges you'll stick in. These are your money packages, around $2,500 to $5,000. These clients, they're just, you're not going to make much money off of them, and they're going to be a hassle. These are the clients where you actually get to make a little bit of money, and they don't hassle you every day because they're more worried about their options in the $2,500 to $5,000 a month price ranges. And then anything past that is more of an enterprise type package. So you're selling them more than $5,000, $10,000 a month. You're going to want to put them in a completely customized package. I mean, it's already completely customized, but it's a little different when you're handling that much money. So you want to make sure that, you know, you do something for them that's a little different and it's more focused, right? So we're just going to go through some basic knowledge about each individual part of SWEPS. If you guys have seen my other videos, you know what SWEPS is. Social media marketing, web design, email marketing and automation, pay-per-click, and then SEO or search engine optimization. So we're just going to go through some basic tips on pricing each one of those, because if the pricing structure is basically the same, or the price ranges, like number 1, just don't go below $1,000 a month. But if you, Provo, if you want a private lesson, I do private lessons. I do consultations. Just get with me after this. You can feel free to DM me and I'll talk to you about that. But some basic knowledge on pay-per-click. So basically, pay-per-click is usually more expensive for customers to be able to run a campaign effectively. And the reason why is because it's a super competitive market. And most of the businesses that do well in it, like I mentioned, are service businesses. They do really well because people are looking for services online and they want to do reviews. So those are the first ads that pop up when someone searches for that type of service, okay? So pay-per-click is usually more expensive. Just keep that in mind. Also, Let me make sure. Yeah, I do cover it. So we'll get to that in a minute. The budgets required are higher for pay-per-click campaigns to run and be competitive in the ad marketplace. So the guy I work with, the guy I outsource my pay-per-click to, he's the guy who's actually in my digital marketing course. He teaches lessons on my school. He spent over, $4 million or $3 million in the last 4 years, something like that. Spent a lot of money. He's very good at what he does. I outsource to him. And so what you guys need to understand is when you outsource or when you set up a pay-per-click budget, say I want to charge $1,000 for pay-per-click for a client, right? Out of that, I have to make some money. Like I can't just spend all of it on Google. Otherwise I spend $1,000 and I don't keep anything, right? So out of that $1,000 spend, I want to take anywhere from a 20 to 30% charge on top of that. So basically if the spend is $1,000, you'll take $200 to $300 off the top. You spend $700 on ads, and then you keep 20 to 30% for a management fee. And these guys, like they're used to hearing this stuff. Like they know that you're not just going to run ads for free. So you have to tell them up front, though. Just make sure to make that clear up front. I'm going to spend $1,000 total. 200 if your percentage is 20%, then you'll say, okay, I'm keeping 20% for myself. So 200 of that's going to come to me. $800 goes towards your actual ads on Google. Okay, does that make sense, guys? If you guys have any questions, let me check and make sure you guys don't have any questions really quick. Cool. We're still good on questions. So you guys just if you guys have questions, feel free to put them in the chat box and I will get back to you. But we're going to keep going through the document. So I usually don't even look at running a pay-per-click campaign unless a customer is willing to spend about $1,000 a month. Like that's the least I'll take on. Kyle actually works out a deal with me because he does his own agency doing just pay-per-click, and he doesn't work with a client unless they're spending around $1,500 a month. All right, so that's something you guys want to keep in mind. I mean, it's just not really worth it for the customer because you have to have a decent sized budget, and it's not worth it for yourself because if you charge $500 and you take 20%, that's like what, $100? It's hardly anything. So you don't want to, you just don't want to do less than 1,000. Just trust me on that. So side note, management fee, we just went over that. Let me see, example, I just went over that example basically above. So let's go to the next side note. I don't even look at PPC campaigns as an option unless they're going to be in my, okay, so yeah. For my agency, I don't usually, unless I just know, again, you have to pay attention to the business, but unless I just know that pay-per-click ads are going to be the best option for them and all they have is $1,000, then I won't even do it in this package. I usually won't even start looking at pay-per-click as an option until I get to around $2,500 a month or more. Okay, just so you guys know, that's just what I do personally. So the package should look something like this: social media management, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, social ads, $500. And it's the same thing whether it's social media or pay-per-click on Google. You would do an extra ad budget on top. So this should actually, we'll just say Google ads. So if I wanted to do it with the $1,000, so this shows you don't have to stick to just the $1,000 mark. If they have a $1,500 budget, I can actually just take, so this is what I would manage for the 1,000, and then they would give me $500. So I could add that on to this total package. So at least the spend is still $1,500, so it's still worth it for me. And I'm still spending a smaller amount, but I might have to actually outsource that to Upwork because Kyle won't work with me unless I bring him $1,000 a month. And then he cuts me a really good deal on the outsourcing. So, but that's just me. You're going to have to talk with people and get pricing from them, talk with people on Upwork, ask them their experience, their pricing, stuff like that, and see what you can work out. So I hope that doesn't confuse you guys too much. It can be a little confusing at first, but really it's not once you understand kind of what the average industry looks at. Again, my buddy Kyle doesn't work with anybody unless they're spending $1,500. So that should tell you right there. And then average rates are around 20 to 30% for management fees. So that's just some industry numbers for you guys. Remember that anytime you spend for ads, including pay-per-click, you want to pull a small percentage off the top for management fee. We just discussed that. In this case, at a 20% management fee for $500, which right here, $500, you would keep $100 and spend $400 on ads. Just another quick example. Let me see here. So at the end of the month, this is what your revenue would look like from that $1,500 package. Your ad spend, if you do $1,500, sorry, this is actually wrong. That's going to be 400. That's 1100. Mistakes all over the document. Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. Now we're back. All right, so that's pretty much it for pay-per-click. Again, I hope that doesn't confuse you guys too much, but really just keep it simple. 20 to 30% management fee. Don't work with people unless they can spend $1,000. Outsource to Upwork if you don't know what you're doing, because pay-per-click can be something that, you know, it's just as intensive as Facebook ads is, but it's its own industry. It can, like you've seen SEO agencies, pay-per-click agencies exist as well. So we'll check to see if we got any questions real quick. If not, we'll move on. Let me see. What's the profit margin after outsourcing and saving for taxes? It's not very high. That's why you want to get, if you do pay-per-click ads, you want the best clients are the ones who are spending 10 grand a month. So like attorneys, car dealerships, the high earning service industries do really, really well with those. Yeah, I'll put the Word document's going to be in the description after the video, so you guys don't worry about that. This was a young entrepreneur that was considering the $1,500 a month spend. If I wanted to do ads on top, I could do it. I was showing that you can always keep it flexible. You don't have to stick to one thing or to one pricing structure or to one like package for customers. How would you quickly describe PPC to a potential client? Basically, just tell them it's the ads at the top of Google. There's 3 sections. There's ads, there's maps, there's ads at the very top. So I'll show you guys. We go to Google really quick. You can see I'll type in lawyer in Atlanta. You can see all these are ads. All right, so that's the ad section, maps and review section, organic section, and then at the bottom, more ads, right? So that's all you want to tell them. It basically gets them at the very top of the page instantly. And it only happens, they only spend every time someone clicks. So when I click on this, that's when they spend. But if I don't click, then they don't spend, but they got a free impression. All right, that's literally the most basic way you could explain it to them. The basic way you could explain it to them. I think that was all the questions. Let me get back and check really quick. Oh no, that's not it. Where am I? Oh, I'm over here. All right. Okay, you meant, yeah, okay, good. Makes sense. All right, so I'm gonna get back in the document really quick so you guys can follow along. We're gonna go over SEO now. So SEO, I don't work with someone on SEO unless they spend about $500 a month plus. Look into a service to manage review and listing sites. That's what I typically like to do. Review and listing sites work really well for basically, so there's over 300 plus listing sites and review sites, GPS softwares that you can integrate your business with, so that way it's easier for people to find you. It also ranks you in search engines better because all of your listing information is the same. It actually takes your information and distributes it to the 4 major data providers. So there's a ton that you can get out of using a listing or review management service. I personally use Vendasta. I've talked about it before. You can see that right here. You can just go to vendasta.com and check them out. They're similar to Yext, if you guys have heard of Yext before. And again, all this service does is, so you have business information, right? Your NAP. What is NAP? NAP. Name, address, and phone number. That's your business information, right? That's what a listing service does. It takes your NAP information and distributes it out to all of the 4 major data providers, who then take that information and distribute it to the review sites like Yelp.com, Travel Advisor, Yellow Pages, White Pages, all of the online listing sites where your business information can be found. Facebook's included in that. There's tons of them, right? So that's what this service does. And again, it boosts your SEO. On top of giving you reporting, like it does so much more than that. I'll do a video maybe sometime where I'm just walking through Vendasta so you guys can see the use and the benefit of that. But really, that's all that you need to know about that part. It's great for boosting revenue. It costs $249 a month for their basic partnership program. You get access to 2,500 accounts for businesses. So if I sell each client, if I have 2,500 businesses sign up for $500, I'm only spending $249 a month. That's it. So I hope you guys understand understand where that money comes in. Like you can make bank off of this app or off of this software. All right. Check out some of my videos on YouTube for more. It is a white label service, so you can actually put your logos and your branding on it, so they don't even know that they're using another brand. They don't know that they're using Vendasta, so that way they can never leave you. When they log into the dashboard, they actually see your logos on Vendasta, so it looks like it's yours. All right. So that just means if you get 2 customers or even one customer you're making $250 a month, 2 customers you're making $750 a month profit, $1,000 a month in revenue. It's crazy, right? Above 500, you'll want to work on building, disseminating blog content, vlog content, and engaging with forum posts, community pages, etc. So what I mean by this is I usually start with Vendasta. That's the first thing I'll start with and say, hey, this is a bad thing because most businesses don't have their information set up properly. So you'll want to start with that because of that. It gets them instant results and shows them much more traffic quicker because of the fact that they'll start ranking in locally in search engines much quicker, especially when you use they have a pro, it's a pro listing sync pro and distribution pro services. They're add-ons that you can charge your customer and it distributes it immediately. So it doesn't even take, 12 months like it will take if you don't do those services. You can do it in a month and get it done a lot quicker. You guys just really, if you're interested in Vendasta, go to vendasta.com and book a demo. They'll walk through it for you because that's the best way for you to learn what it does from the actual people itself. You can ask them all the questions you need to. That's what they're there for. Okay. After this though, so if they want to spend more, so say you're getting up to like the $5,000 budget a month, maybe $10,000 budget a month with a customer, that's when you'll say, okay, well, we'll bump your SEO budget up above 500. We'll start spending $1,000, $2,000. And that's when you can start working on disseminating blog and vlog content, building organizing their on-site SEO structure, getting their listing or their blog content distributed to publications. That's one thing. If you haven't worked with a publicist before, you can get to working with a publicist who will get them published in big online articles. Like I'm about to hopefully get published in Entrepreneur Magazine, looking to get published in Forbes, Inc., Huffington Post. That's what these guys do. They get you in contact with those people because they have relationships with them. And that's how you build backlinks, otherwise known as offsite SEO, right? You get other sites linking to your website. That's what offsite SEO is. So from there, again, it's all based on the work. So above 500, you would want to see if it costs you, $1,000 to get published in, say, Entrepreneur Magazine for this guy, and so they're spending 500 already, right? They're using Vendasta and they're spending 500, but now they want to up their budget. So say they want to spend, or say that they want to start getting published in Entrepreneur Magazine, right? It costs you maybe $1,000, $2,000, something like that to get published in some kind of news article or something like that, right? So what you would do is you'd take that $2,000 cost, say add on $500 or 10%, 15% on top of that, and you just collect basically the revenue on top of that, and you have them work with the publisher. Does that make sense? So you're building blog content for them. You're taking a management fee off of it. A lot of digital marketing is just management fees. You're finding ways to make management fees on a monthly recurring basis. All right. So that's basically SEO. So let's go back, and you can also go to Upwork, hire people to do what's called white hat SEO, where they will go to blog. What I like to do is I hire someone off of Upwork, someone very cheap. And what they'll do is they'll go to blog sites or forum pages. So like if it's a car dealership, you go to a forum or a car forum and you say, okay, I want you to go on this car forum and basically engage with 10 to 15 people a day and talk with them about these car topics. And that's white hat SEO. That's how you get them to build links. You get other people to engage. That's part of white hat SEO. There's a lot of other techniques out there. But you'll be able to look that up if you go online. If you're more interested in more, just type in white hat SEO. You'll get articles for days. All right, let me check back with you guys, see how we're doing on the YouTubes. Let me see. Pays per click for the amount of times his or her ad gets clicked. How would that work if I'm being paid $2,000 for pay per click? That doesn't get many clicks. Well, a click should average probably, it'll average. It depends on what their industry is. A click could cost anywhere from 50 cents to 75. I've seen $150 for one click in certain industries. It just depends on how competitive how competitive the industry is, where you're located, all of that. All a pay-per-click means is they go to Google. So here's how pay-per-click works. I'm looking for a plumber, or no, a lawyer. I already have that tab open. I'm looking for a lawyer, right? Lawyers probably spend around $35 to $65 to upwards of $100 per click, depending on the industry or the market that they're in. So Atlanta would be kind of expensive. They're paying probably $65 to $100 per click, is what my guess would be. But so I'm a customer looking for an attorney in Atlanta. I type that in. I see there's all these attorneys. So I click. When I click that ad, Google is charging me what, $50, $60, we'll say $50 for that click. So that's one click out of their $2,000 budget. That's just how it works. I mean, you take the clicks out of their budget. So that's why I work with a credit card. I usually get a credit card on file for them and say, okay, here's your credit card authorization form. You're authorizing that I'm going to spend $2,000 a month. I'm going to take, if the rate is 20%, I'm going to take $400 off for management fees. And then I'm going to spend $1,600 on ads. So you would take $400, pay yourself, and then you'd put $1,600 into Google Ads. That's all you would do. What's up, Lorenzo? How you doing, man? It's expensive, but trust me, people pay for it. Dude, that's nothing. People are paying. So like the top attorneys back in Jacksonville when I worked were spending 50, 60 grand a month on pay-per-click ads. Trust me, that's nothing. These guys spend so much money. Pay-per-click is one of the highest paying industries out there because of how large budgets are. The avenue, it depends on, again, it always depends on the business and the industry. You have to look at what's performing the best. That's why when you look at what people are spending in. When you look at attorneys, you see that most attorneys aren't doing a ton on social media. But if you go to if you go to Google and do a search really quick, you see how many attorneys are all over the place. They're all over it. And yes, it is worth it because it's targeted advertising. It is right when someone is searching for something they need. So it's the highest form of a quality ad that you can possibly have. All right, let's go back into the slides. So social media marketing, last three, and we'll wrap it up. Social media marketing, this should be included in every package, in my opinion. Social is one of the best, one of the leading ways to generate engagement and sales for a business, and is one of the cheapest as well. Again, it doesn't have to be included in every package, but I believe it should be. I usually start with 2 or 3 platforms at the base package level and increase the amount of platforms that I work in at specific services included for each platform as the budget increases. You just need to determine what's going to be best for you. So I usually start off at the $1,000 package. I'm running about 2 to 3 platforms at once, and that doesn't include necessarily any ad spend. So you just have to figure that out for yourself. What's comfortable for you to where you're making money, but not putting in all of your time into one client, right? You have to make it worth your time. Again, keep it simple and consider the amount of work you will want to perform on each platform. Don't overcomplicate it. So again, I would say if you're looking at this price range, I usually do about 2 to 3 platforms in here. If I'm focusing a lot on YouTube and I'm doing the video for them as well in this $1,000 a month package, I'll probably only do like Facebook and YouTube, and those would be the only 2 that I do. But if I'm not doing a ton of YouTube content, I would do like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google+. I actually throw, and this is like a little bonus or not a bonus, but kind of a bonus tip for your, bonus for your customers. I always throw in Google+ and Twitter for free because I syndicate the Facebook content, meaning I just use the same content that I post to Facebook on Twitter and Google+. And the reason why is because nobody really checks Twitter too much. It's honestly a dying social media platform, and Google+ was never a good social media platform. So it's really just to build SEO when you do that. So I syndicate Twitter and Google+ content for free, but the ones that I actually focus on are Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, the ones that matter. And those are the ones that I try to include in every package, or at least start off with when I do this $1,000 a month package. As I move up, I include more services like social listening, commenting, posting, running ads. What else? Getting reviews, all kinds of different stuff that you can do for social media. Growing the page, getting likes, all of that, right? Building traffic to website. There's so much you can do. Next is going to be email marketing, and most email marketing and automation softwares are super cheap, which is really cool. I recommend Active Campaign. I have a link that I will leave for you guys in the bottom of this video because ActiveCampaign is super awesome to use. I'm actually in my course. We're about to upload 5 videos to the course on email marketing and automation using ActiveCampaign. We're going to show you how to set up segments, how to set up automations, how to set up everything with Zapier, everything. It's going to be really cool. You guys are going to love this if you're in my course. If not, then you need to get in my course. Again, that's serialentrepreneur.academy. You can head on over there and check that out. I usually include email consulting at the base package as well. So I won't actually do any emailing, but I'll take a look at what they currently have and then just give them advice. So a lot of the base package, you can just do advice, give them consulting. Consulting is something that you can charge for, you can make money off of. Because advice is just, information is just as good as the service itself if they are trying to do it themselves. So I will give them email consulting and help them get it off the ground if they're not doing it already, right? And that's what I would include in the basic package. What's going on, JD? How are you? Let me see. I usually start the pricing for email marketing and automation around $500 a month and increase the cost as I begin to do more emails, automations, segmentations, etc. So if I'm in this $1,000 price range right here, I include the email consultation, but then once I move into $2,500 a month range plus, then I'll start doing some email marketing if it fits their budget, if I can afford to do email marketing in combination with everything else that I might be trying to do. But it is definitely effective, especially for e-commerce businesses, service-based businesses, keeping in touch with customers, stuff like that. And finally, and the most confusing, not confusing, but difficult to judge pricing on is going to be website design and development. Let me go back actually before we do this. I'm going to check and see if you guys have any questions. Deepest Blue, hey, how's it going? Do I have them select a plan over my website or do the deal over the phone or instant messaging or email? Well, if you don't live near them, then you're going to want to set up a video conference, kind of like I'm doing right now, where I can screen share and show you guys. You never want to send them a proposal over email. That's called the proposal, Entrepreneur Vlogger. You never want to send the proposal just as an email. That's number one, going to keep them from buying because you don't have any way to actually sell them. That's your job. You have to sell them. So you want to sell them. And if you don't sell them, you're not going to get them to buy. So I always try to do a video call if they're not in front of me, but if they're near me and I can drive to them, I'm going to their location because I know that if I can get in front of them, it's going to increase my chances of selling to them that much more. So definitely get in front of them and try to sell it to them up front. Let me see. Do you prefer AdWords over Facebook ads? Kafori, again, it depends on the marketing campaign and the industry. It depends on the customer and what their needs are. But really, both can be effective. It just depends. It really depends mostly on the industry, whether the industry is prime for social media. Like, for example, accountants don't necessarily do too great on social media because their topics are boring as hell no matter what. Even though they're talking about tax information, that's the only time you ever hear them. Like H&R Block, the only time you ever see them advertise is around tax season. So that would be the only time I'd recommend that. But other than that, pay-per-click ads are great for accountants. But I wouldn't necessarily run pay-per-click ads for restaurants because social media does so much better for restaurants. You know, or at least I wouldn't put pay-per-click ads as the priority for a restaurant. I would put Facebook ads as the priority. What approach would you suggest for someone like busting started? Oh, like you just getting started. I would recommend getting into a course. That's what I recommend to everybody. If you're not getting educated, then you're not going to be able to move forward, period. I recommend obviously looking into mine. It's the most affordable on the market. And my students tell me it's better than even the most expensive ones, like the $1,000 ones. It's serialentrepreneur.academy if you're interested in seeing more, like my YouTube name .academy. You can head on over there. Uh-oh, Instagram paused. We're back. Okay, cool. But yeah, you can head on over there and check that out. What is the most saturated niche for this program? Probably restaurants. Restaurants are super, super saturated because there's so many restaurants out there and most people are comfortable talking to restaurant owners because they're not corporate level. So they feel like, oh, it's easy to talk to them because they're not as professional. When really doctors and attorneys are just as easy to talk to because none of them understand this stuff anyways. Do you use Facebook Business Manager to maintain clients' Facebook page? Sin McQuire, I'll put it to you like this. If you're not using Facebook Business Manager, you're not managing their Facebook page correctly. that is exactly how you should be managing their Facebook. And if you're not familiar with Facebook Business Manager, I would seriously recommend getting in some sort of Facebook course, because there is a lot. It is very complex. And that's, what I just shot 5 more videos today on Facebook ads, Instagram ads, creating audiences. I'm doing custom conversions tomorrow. Sorry, I'm getting a little cross-legged here for you guys. I'm doing custom conversions tomorrow, but we're doing all kinds of stuff for Facebook. So I would seriously, guys, you need to get in courses. If you want to be taken seriously in this engine, that is the biggest reason why most people fail. They don't get in the courses and they just think they can wing it, which I'm telling you guys right now, none of these guys who are making it big in digital marketing or Shopify are just winging it. I promise you, every single one of them has probably taken a course, if not 4 or 5 at some point. I've taken personally myself like 7 or 8. So you guys have to get on the courses. I'm telling you, that's why I started this. I wanted to do something that was going to be more affordable for people, and they didn't have to spend $1,000 to take a digital marketing course. Because I was like, that's ridiculous. I've done that several times. I'm just like, I don't want to spend it, but it's the only way I'm going to be able to learn. So, and to learn from professionals, you cut out half the time and effort it takes to get it done right, and you don't actually waste as much money. So get into a course. That's my biggest thing I would recommend. Let me see here. Last but not least, we're going to go into website development and design. And again, web development and design is the hardest platform to try and provide a price for. But basically, a 4 to 8 page basic site should range from around 1,000 to 5,000, depending on what is being built. So basic site meaning they don't have any high level security that's needed for like banks. They have secure logins that they need to have. Financial industry usually pays a little more because they are regulated by the government. So they have to have certain things in place. So you wouldn't do one of those for a financial institution. But like lawyers, doctors, all of the people who just have a basic website with contact information, a basic list of services, a blog page, stuff like that, you can easily build a page for them. So again, no payment gateways, no drug or alcohol related stuff, no financial institutions, no insurance businesses. These are all heavily regulated. And there are several other types of businesses that require specialization in their web development project. Make sure that you fully understand the scope of the job. And if you don't, you should hire someone to price and manage the project for you. You can go on Upwork and actually hire a project manager for a web development project. If you have a guy who says, I want to spend 10 grand to get a website done, and you've never managed even $1,000 website before, you need to go hire a project manager, or you're going to mess it up and they're going to be pissed off at you. I promise. Like, web development is no easy task, guys. I'm telling you right now. Okay. Take my word for it. I've failed before in it. All right. So seriously, just make sure you're doing it the right way. So if you're doing, and again, this $1,000 to $5,000, let's see what the average, this is all you guys have to do. Average web developer salary, no, cost per hour in the US. All right. And this is what I would base mine off of. How much should I charge a freelance web developer? According to NJ Creatives Network, on the low end, designer hourly rates are around $40. The high end's around $75. Much better designers are around $100 more an hour. So that's what you would want to take into consideration when you're pricing yours. You're probably not the best, so you wouldn't want to go with $100 an hour, but probably somewhere around $40 to $50 an hour would be good. And you can charge them for about 20, maybe 15, 20 hours worth of labor. And that's what you make off of that site. Or you can just charge them a flat rate fee, which is what I like to do. Flat rates usually do best for web development. And that's for a 4 to 8 page site. Again, if you have a 4-page site, it would be closer to the 1,000. If you have an 8-page site, it would probably be closer to the 5,000, right? All right, cool. Anything more than this, or anything more complex than this, so e-commerce, large product inventory sites, banks or financial institutions with online banking, drugs or alcohol, anything that has heavy regulation usually require extensive attention to detail. These sites can cost anywhere from around $8,000 to about $75,000 plus. I've heard of sites costing around $150,000. Like if BB&T or like Bank of America were to come and ask me to do a site, it would probably be well above that, probably be around $500,000 to $1 million for their site. Like for example, Uber, when they first launched, spent around $1 million on their app being developed, if that makes any sense. So just to give you guys an idea of how much software development can cost. And this is why it's so difficult to price. You can't just look at, any given website and say, okay, well, that can be this price. There is no one way to price a website. All right. If you're having trouble trying to determine the price, but don't know where to start, then you should consider, again, hiring a web development project manager or someone who has worked in the space before. These jobs can get super complicated and should only be managed by someone that has been in the industry for several years. So that being said, let me get back to the video and I can just talk to you guys. Oh, crap. Where are we at? There we are. All right. So basically, guys, if you don't know what you're doing and you have a big high dollar project like that, you really want to go and hire someone. And all you'll do, you'll be the liaison. You're the guy in the middle who says, okay, Mr. Customer, what do you need done? Okay, cool. You go to the developer guy, the project manager. This is what I need done. They go, they put together a list of tasks, everything that needs to be done. They come back to you and say, okay, Jordan, this is what we need from you. This is how much it's going to cost. You go to the person, hey, this is how much it's going to cost plus your management fee. Boom, you make some money and you didn't even do any work. You will have to do some work. I mean, you will have to, manage the actual process, but outside of that, it's nothing. So I highly recommend if you guys start taking on big website development projects, that's what you do. So let me get over and make sure we don't have any questions. Yes, insurance is regulated. It's skinny potatoes, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. They just need to be aware that that makes their website development price or project go up. That's just how it is. It's the same with every other insurance agency. You could do a 2-week free trial. I don't prefer to do it. I prefer to do something smaller, like just grow one page, like show them that you can get results with Instagram or something like that, because you can actually set up a bot on Instagram and have it run and just get them a bunch of likes and they think you're doing something amazing for them. Then you actually get their services and you can show them what you can really do. But you do something like that just to get them interested and say you'll do it for free for a week and show them how well it does. But yes, insurance is regulated. You will have to, make sure you're following the right rules. That's why I recommend hiring a project manager if you don't know what you're doing. And you're going to have to probably hire one in the US, so it won't be, necessarily cheap. But they don't have to do a ton of work. You can hire someone who could probably be the project manager and the lead developer on it. You can actually probably get someone in India. Actually, you don't necessarily that's true. Indian developers are actually so used to working with people in the US, they probably know regulations pretty well. And if not, they can probably find out. So you can probably outsource it to India pretty easily. And they have project managers on their team with teams of like 10 developers. So they expedite processing and it's a lot cheaper. Simple 4 to 7 page basic site with info for gyms, personal trainers, and music schools. My niche, Squarespace, will work fine. Yeah, totally. I would recommend even looking into Wix. Wix is really good. It's even easier to use just because they've been around for the longest, so they do really well. But yeah, you can easily do those for any of those niche industries perfectly fine. Again, it's if they're going to have something online that gets complicated, for example, a large inventory, or if they are regulated, or if they're trying to run, what would be something else for a website? Ooh, if they do online ordering, like for restaurants and stuff like that, that could be something that's very complicated. So those are just some things to keep in mind. So that's all I'm going to do for today, guys. I hope you guys got some good information out of that. I think we've been on here for almost an hour now. I can't remember how long we've been on. Let me see if I can check it. Doesn't show anywhere on the time for this one. But anyways, I know we've been on for a good bit, so I'm going to hop on out of here. I hope you guys, again, were able to find some – my dog's walking around. I'm just now seeing that. I hope you guys were able to get some use out of this. If you guys are not in the free or signed up for the free marketing course yet, you need to head on over to Facebook and do that tonight, or tomorrow is going to be the last day. I'm doing the live video tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you guys can find out who wins the free marketing course. Again, if you haven't gotten into that, go over to facebook.com/serial entrepreneur. Go to the first post at the top of the page and follow the instructions to get entered. So that way you can potentially win a free course. Let me see. If you haven't gotten in the marketing mentorship program, again, we have that available over at serialentrepreneur.academy. And if you really just want some more information about digital marketing and you're looking to start your agency and really get it jump started the right way with all of the information you're going to need, just head on over again to serialentrepreneur.academy and we'll hook you up there. What's up, Alex? You always come in so late, buddy. That's because you're on the other side of the world. anyways, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I got some other stuff I'm trying to do. But you guys have a great night. Leave comments below. If you like this video, throw a thumbs up. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the winner of the free marketing course. You guys get excited. Oh, and I already have some other free ideas for stuff I'm going to give you guys. So it's probably not going to be a marketing course again, but I have some other ways I can help you guys out for free stuff that you guys are going to like. So you guys, I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Good night.